Hi, everyone, and welcome to your full moon in Cancer reading. Okay, this is going to be where you're going to find the area of your life that you can focus on for releasing and letting go, because that's what full moons are all about, right? Getting rid of what no longer serves you or your highest good. It's the ending of cycles. And by you clearing out the clutter, the proverbial clutter, it allows room for you to plant the seeds for your new moon dreams and wishes in a couple of weeks. But we're talking about Cancer energy around this full moon. So let's start with Cancer's key phrase, which is I feel. What does this mean, and where is it going to show up for you this full moon cycle, and how can you use it to your advantage? All right, Cancer energy is all about the ability to have unconditional love and nurturing of yourself and others. It is the inner emotions and emotional security, and its motivation comes from emotions and asking what feels right. Feeling through life and building and shaping relationships from a place of feeling. It is also being able to take the emotional temperature of a situation before acting on it or engaging with it. Cancer energy is also very sensitive. However, there is a strength and a take charge sort of mothering energy that not only wants to give emotional security, but to receive it as well. Now, we do need to look at the shadow side of this energy just as a heads up, okay? So, knowing that feelings are complicated emotions, you need to be careful of the stories that you tell yourself. It is important, and try really hard to avoid emotional manipulation of yourself or other people. Okay. Now that we know what this energy is, this I feel energy, let's look at where it's going to show up for each rising and or sun zodiac sign. I always say watch for your rising first because it resonates the most. But if you don't know that, then you can watch for your sun zodiac sign. And if you need to find out what your rising sign is free of charge, leave a message in the comments and I will help you with that. Also, if you want to book a personalized full moon reading based on your very own birth chart, I have a link to my website in the description box. Okay, let's get started. And don't forget about the pick a card at the end. See you there. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the second part of your full moon in Cancer reading. Okay, this is the pick a card portion. So you've already read for your rising or sun slash zodiac sign, we'll call it. Okay, now this is maybe you didn't feel that resonated so much, or you've already done work in that area. Welcome. This is where I'm going to give you more houses that you can look at. Okay, so you can pick pile 1 with the green aventurine moon. You can pick pile 2 with the ocean jasper moon. So whatever pile number, whatever crystal moon calls to you, go to that pile. Now, if you feel called to watch both, you most certainly can. You know what? Overachievers are welcome. We're talking about releasing and letting go here. You can never release and let go of too much, okay? Because it's only for your highest good that you are releasing and letting it go. So that's what I want to say. Make your choice. I will see you in either pile 1, pile 2, or maybe I'll see you in both. Hi to those of you who chose pile 1 or this green aventurine moon. I'm just going to set this over here to the side for you, and we're going to get right into the cards. Now, what I want to tell you is I'm going to give you the houses, just like I always have. You can make a choice to go to that house. I'm going to tell you about it, but you know, and like you normally would, figure out what it is you need to release and let go of. The other thing that I want to talk about, though, is the lady who creates these Moonology decks has given a few keywords or phrases about this full moon in Cancer. So maybe you want to look at some of this from that angle. 1 was getting feisty, feeling emotional, anger rising, even raging about some things. That could be feeling, and that is based on, I'm going to tell you, some of the different placements of planets around this full moon, okay? We're not going to get into that because this isn't the type of astrology reading I'm doing, okay? But we can look at the different areas when we're releasing and letting go, because maybe something's getting you all feisty. It needs to be released and let go of. Maybe something gets you angry. Maybe something gets you right into the point of raging, okay? So let's get into this. We have Taurus. Well, there is a house for you right at the beginning. Second house, your money, your earned income, how you earn it, your financial responsibilities, how you spend it, how you save it, invest it, personal property and possessions, your core values or how you value yourself. In what area there, okay, do you need to release and let go of something? Maybe you go back, you read the second house, you think about it, you do what you do. Or you think, oh, I know right now, what in that second house gets you feisty, gets you a little angry, gets you raging sometimes, or just has you feeling really emotional. And emotional not in a good way, because we're talking about releasing and letting go here, okay? So take that second house. We then have this card. This is the name. I'll just let you see that, and I'm going to read it to you. It says patience and perseverance. Good things take time. Growth does not happen overnight. Okay, just a reminder for you, and this can even be a reminder going back to what it is that you've already read, that, you know what, releasing and letting go is hard because these negative, shadowy things, people, whatever it is, you know, they've served a purpose in our life. And sometimes it's hard to let go at the snap of a finger or overnight. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. So just have patience and perseverance as you're working through letting these things go, okay? We have sovereignty, Queen of the Moon. Love this card. Love this deck too, actually. You're the leader in your own life. You are the sovereign in your own life. You are the authority in your own life, not anyone else. It's you who makes these decisions, okay? You are the queen, the king, whatever, however you want to think of yourself, the emperor, the empress of your own life. Only you can make the choices about what it is that you need to release and let go of. And you use your intuition to do it, okay? You use your intuition to do it. here with this Queen of the Moon. She's fourth house energy, really, because the moon rules the fourth house. And we are talking about full moon and Cancer energy here. Okay, so we know what that overall energy is. There is a timestamp back at the beginning if you need to review. But yeah, it is time for you to take charge in, say, if it's the second house, if it's whatever house you've already read for. And if you've already read for the second house, this would be spirit doubling down where you really need to look at something in that second house, okay? Now let's keep going. We have Show the World the Real You, full moon in Aquarius. Oh, I feel right now like whenever I see Show the World the Real You or anything like that, it automatically is take the mask off. Have you been hiding behind your own self and not being your true authentic self? Because Aquarius energy loves to be their true authentic self. They like to march to the beat of their own drum. They like to be independent. They like to let their freak flag fly. Look, I have a North Node in Aquarius, very strong. It's why I do this work. It's why I am a medium. It's why I am an astrologer, right? It is my North Node. You'll see it right here on my arm, okay? It is very important to me. And I let my little freak flag, fly all the time. Don't be afraid to. People may not agree with you. People may not like it. That's okay. As long as you're not being mean or disrespectful or unkind, there's things about people that you may not like, but they're still your friend or whatever it may be. So let's just leave that there. I'm going to get a tarot though, but it's time. It's time to let go of, I didn't say 11th house. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's your friends, social circles, support groups, any networks and alliances you have. If you have a strong pull towards humanitarianism or you are a humanitarian, right? Technology, really big right now. Look, really big. So is there anything in those areas that maybe you need to release and let go of because it gets you a little feisty, a little angry, maybe in a fit of rage every now and then, or just feeling emotional? Okay, let the world see the real you. And with let the world see the real you, that also can tie back to what you've already read for. But let's get a tarot here with it. We have Five of Wands, chaos. Well, I want to say that the Aquarius energy doesn't mind a little chaos, but, to stir things up, but in a good way, what's good for everyone. But here's the thing, anything that I feel it's almost like because you're not showing your true self, it can bring chaos into your life sometimes. Or for some of you, showing your true self can bring chaos into your life sometimes. But that's okay, because with this Cancer energy too, I just want to say you need to nurture yourself a little bit through that if it's bringing chaos into your life. Be kind to yourself, nurture yourself, be compassionate towards yourself. Sometimes it's hard to stand outside of the box. Sometimes it's hard with Aquarius energy to color outside the box here, okay? But you need to be you, even if it promotes a little chaos or creates a little chaos. It's not what you want, but you can't not be yourself because of it. Okay, you just need to find a way to not have the chaos. That's what you need to release and let go of. We have Libra. Make time for self-love. Okay. Yeah, last quarter moon in Libra. Well, Libra's the 7th house, and Libra's all about one-to-one relationships, right? People that your friends, your family, colleagues, work partners in business, clients in business. Sometimes you work really closely with them. It can also be your significant other or your spouse. And maybe there isn't a lot of self-love happening in those relationships, or it's not that there's not a lot of self-love happening. That's not the way to say it. It's like it doesn't allow for a lot of self-love. Okay, And again, those 4 keywords and phrases that I said, think of it that way too. But what do you need to release and let go of? Is there chaos in that? Maybe. Is there some financial stuff around it? Maybe. Is it the person or people themselves? Maybe. And letting go doesn't always mean they're gone forever. It could just be you pull back a little bit and set some boundaries up. But let me get a tarot for this as well. It can also deal with legal affairs, okay? So anything to do with like contracts, negotiations, divorce, separation. Okay, is there something you need to let go of there? I didn't want to. Whoa, oh, geez, I didn't like that. So hang on. Let me get it out. Let me find that card in here somewhere. Where did it go? The 7 of Cups. Says delusions. Are there delusions around some of these areas of the 7th house? Or is there delusion around the emotions that you feel around it? And again, not in a good way. You need to let that go, right? Okay. Let's move on. Oh, day, moon, love. This is really, it's full of some love here, right? Like showing the real you. I don't know, like showing like you've got to be able to feel self-love. And if you're in bad relationships that don't even allow you to love yourself, that's not good. There are choices. Okay, there are choices that you can, there are choices out there for you. And maybe by releasing and letting go of whatever it is that makes you feel that way, you'll see that there's some better choices. They're saying day moon with love. Let's bring this out into the light, right? Let's full moon here, but also day moon. Let's shine bright what it is that we need to release and let go of. Let's not let it hide in the darkness or the shadow anymore. Okay. It's time to bring it out, to let it go. No time like the present. But remember, while doing it with that Cancer energy too, it is really all about kindness, caring, and compassion. That's even going to be with the people that you're dealing with. Whether this is all about people, actually, people here, the people in these cards, right? Yeah, if it's people, okay, you do it respectfully with kindness, care, and compassion. All right, let me get a card here for this day, love. Do it with love. They may not be reciprocating it, but you can. This is about you. Sorry. It's time for transformation. This is the Tower. It's just coming to the realization that there are some things, and I love this because this is letting things burn, crash to the ground, and then rebuilding on a solid structure. This is about letting go of all those old things, that old structure foundation that wasn't working for you, and moving forward with what does. And we'll do that in new moon, right? So, yeah. It's almost like let that old go away, release it, let it go, and rebuild on solid foundation of love and care and compassion and structure. Even when it comes over here to the 2nd house in your finances, right? Maybe you need a job that you love. You need to earn your money in a way that you love. I'm liking those messages. Let's get another house, because right now, what do we have? 2nd, 11th, 7th. Okay. So you can look at those additionally, or you can look at them in that full moon and Cancer energy too, of the things that get you feisty about these houses, or, you know, feeling emotional or angry or raging even, okay? Because Spirit doesn't want you in that energy. Sun in Aries, new beginnings, a leap of faith. Why not try things a different way? Ties back to the Aquarius here, right? Why not try things in a different way? Why not? Why not carve a new path? Why not get out there, be the explorer, right? Try to, you know, take the initiative. You know, you want to do things in a new way, new beginnings. Well, you only have that new beginning by getting rid of the old stuff that doesn't serve you anymore. I often refer to going out to buy new furniture, right? You're not going to have a new beginning with new furniture and bring it into your house and set it beside, in front and back, or on top of the furniture you already have. You have to get rid of that old furniture. It's no longer serving you any good. That's why you went out and bought the new stuff, right? So, love that message. Let's get you some more tarot here for further clarification, confirmation, advice, or guidance. What do we have for you, pile one? I'm liking this message for you. Look, we have, again, the Seven of Cups. There are new choices. In that new beginning, there are new choices for you, okay? In whatever area this is it in job, relationship, different ways you can, take your mask off and be yourself? Different ways that you are and can be the authority in your life. The Fool, look at this, new beginning, new beginning. You guys, it's time. It's so time to release and let go of what isn't serving you here. There's like new beginning all around. Look, there's choices all around. Choices, different ways to do things. You can think of it like that too. The Hermit, if you need to, take a little time out and figure it out. I love to say everything can have a good solid plan. Sometimes we can run by the seat of our pants, Sometimes we can. But sometimes we need to go within to find the answers and then bring those answers out. Sometimes you might need to, in some of these areas, do a little soul searching about, what? Because it might not be all bad all the time for some of you, okay? But it still may be something you need to release and let go of, but it might require a little internal reflection, self-reflection. To what are those things maybe that I may not get raging or angry, but I do get feeling emotionally bad and maybe even a little feisty. But you may need to go in and kind of look at that on an internal level and figure it out. Okay, pile one last card for you before we go. I'm liking this reading for you, I have to say. Always a little work involved when we're releasing and letting go, a little emotional, and this will be emotional with Cancer energy around it. But remember this message. Come back and watch it again if you have to, right? Make a plan, figure it out, and then put it into action. I accept that here now is exactly where I am, and that is a place of profound learning. I feel like that could even go with the Hermit too, right? You need to learn what it is that you really need. And maybe for some of you, that's exactly it. You need to learn what it is that you do need in your life, and most certainly what you don't need. But you are exactly here right now hearing this message because this is where you need to be. Maybe you're learning something from this. I wish you all the best. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in a couple weeks for the full moon reading. And you know what? In the meantime, check out some of my other videos for advice and guidance. It could help you with some of this, okay? Thank you again, and I'll see you soon. Hi to those of you who chose pile 2 or this beautiful ocean jasper crystal heart. I'll put that over here for you. We are going to get right into these cards. I'm doing something a little different here with this full moon Cancer, and that is I'm going to give you, just like I always did the houses in here, there's going to be the advice and guidance, right? Same as always. But I'm also going to give you the creator of these Moonology decks, okay? She has given some keywords and phrases around this full moon in Cancer. So you can go back and release and let go like you normally would, or you can also take these into consideration when I'm talking about this bunch of cards here, or you can apply it to what you've read about already for your rising or sun zodiac sign. But here are the key words and phrases: getting feisty, feeling emotional, anger rising, even raging. Okay, so, and this is based on some of the placements of the planets around the full moon at this time. Okay, let's get right into this. We have Ceres. Oh, Ceres is the Earth Mother. Ceres is that mothering, nurturing energy. Okay, I like that. I like it a lot. And it says nurture on the card. All right. Let me get this one out with it. Cancer. Okay. Well, we're talking about full moon in Cancer. So already I feel like this is emotional because Ceres, you can say, represents the fourth house too. Okay. But here's the name of the card. I'm going to read it. It says victory and conquest. Contain your temper if fulfillment is what you seek. Integrating yourself will be your best asset. I feel like that's integrating your higher self, right? It's kind of like, what would my higher self do? Because if we're going with some of the energy around, which could be getting feisty, a little angry, a little ragey, maybe a little too emotional because we're releasing and letting go. So it's not going to be necessarily in a positive way. How can you control that? Because it's Cancer. It's all about the emotion, right? That fourth house, home, family, ancestry, nurturing yourself and others, your inner emotions, what makes you feel safe and secure. So what areas do you need to release and let go of there? You can think about those things that might make you feel about those 4 keywords and phrases, or it may be something else in that area that you need to release and let go of. Let's pull the other card that I love I usually do these as a 3. Wisdom, be wise about it. The King of Cups, who, you may want to take the energy of on here. The King of Cups is emotionally balanced, right? He doesn't get out of control. He doesn't get too angry, too rageful, too feisty, too emotional, and he's wise. So I just feel like even though we're talking about Ceres here, it's like if she were to have a counterpart, I feel like it would be the King of Cups in this instance, where you're using your wisdom to be calm, diplomatic in situations, and being emotionally balanced. So this can also just be, you might have come to this pile because you needed to hear that right now, okay? And you might find this as its own individual message. You can also apply this back out to what you've already read for as well. But let's keep going here, pile 2. We have nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon. Well, thing about I can tell you one thing about the mutable signs, and mutable energy really is what we want to talk about. It's mutable energy can let go of things easily. Okay, so let's just keep that in mind. So I want to say they're bringing that in and around you to let you know you can do this. Maybe not easily. It might take some work. I always talk about that with full moon readings. We've anchored onto something here, and it serves us in some way, whether it be people, things, or whatever. And it's not always easy to let go of them. But here's the thing. You can, okay? Think of the mutable energy. You can. Now, the other thing that I want to say with nothing is set in stone, when it comes to those keywords and phrases, there's no need to get angry and upset and emotional about stuff. Nothing's set in stone yet. So if this resonates with you in an experience or whatever it is in your life right now, I'm saying this for a reason, nothing's set in stone. Nobody's saying things can't change. That's a message for you, pile 2. Things can be this is a raging storm, but nothing's set in stone. Nobody says you have to stay in the storm. That storm could end tomorrow. Look at this 7 of Cups. So interesting. That was strong in pile 1. The 7 of Cups come out a couple times. Nothing's set in stone because you have choices. Okay? Don't think that, oh, well, this is the way it is. It's rocky and stormy and wavy and whatever. And by rocky, I mean, I'm thinking of a boat. No, I can't do anything about this. They're like, yes, you can. You have a lot of choices. You have a lot of choices here. Don't give up. Don't allow this to keep you in a state of, like I said, anger or whatever. With Ceres here, I almost want to say, it's time to really turn on your own self-care, your own self-love, compassion, nurturing kindness towards yourself, it will help you to realize, I feel, that this doesn't need to be the way it is right now for you. There are choices. There are more loving and kind and caring choices that you can make for yourself, pile 2. Let's keep going. Full moon in Aquarius. Well, if Aquarius energy didn't come out in 1 as well, wow. These are, they're not similar piles, but yet similar energies are coming out in them. Whenever I see be real or be your true self or whatever it is, and with Aquarius, well, that's just take the mask off. You need to be who you are. Aquarius likes to march to the beat of their own drum. They like to do things differently. They like to color outside the box. They will stand on a soapbox if they need to and shout it out. They want things to be better for people in general, all around, for the collective. They want to be their true selves. They don't want to hide behind anything. If it's a mask, you've got to release that and let it go. If there's anything that keeps you from what I just said here, you need to release it and let it go. Oh, I like that. With this Aquarius energy, I can see how, releasing and letting go, showing your own true self. That could be emotional, right? That can be really emotional because it's fear and you're scared. Well, what if people don't like who I really am? And this is spirit saying, it doesn't matter whether they like it or not. You need to be you. We can't run around our whole lives pretending to be something that we're not. Number 1, most people are seeing through it anyway. And number 2, it just doesn't serve you in any way in your life. The Hierophant, guidance. I always think of the Hierophant as the teacher and the student. There's something for you to learn here, and I feel that what you need to learn is that you need to be yourself. You need to learn that it doesn't matter what other people think. I'm going to talk about the 11th house here in a minute. If other people are getting, I want to say, angry or feisty with you, so be it. You know what? Everyone should be their own unique self. As long as you are not hurting people or being rude to people, being mean to people, trying to push your agenda on people, all of those things, you being yourself and showing who you truly are, as long as it's not bad and illegal and all of those other things, look. Although maybe we want those people to show their true selves so that they can be dealt with. Okay, there's that. But, there's a lesson here for you to learn. And I think that other people will also see it. And I just looked at the clock, and I swear you'll see in my videos, this doesn't happen very often. 11:11. I'm doing this at night. 11:11. And we're talking about the 11th house. Let me go to that. Your friends, your social circles, your support systems, any networks and alliances that you have. Anything to do with technology, anything to do with humanitarianism. If there is something in those areas that gets you feeling feisty and really emotionally angry or raging, it needs to be released and let go of. And if anyone's turning that onto you, it needs to be released and let go of. Now, when it comes to people, I always say it doesn't mean that you necessarily need to have them right out of your life. You just may need to pull back from them. You may need to set some boundaries up around it, okay? It'll be different for everyone. But keep this series, this mothering, kind. Think of her like the Queen of Cups, right? Intuitive, in flow, caring, nurturing, kind, loving, compassionate, all of those things, wanting what's best. Well, this would be her energy coming in and wanting what's best for everyone involved in this, using wisdom. Maybe everyone in this needs to learn a lesson in the 11th house. Okay, I'm going to say that, but it is about releasing and letting go. So if there's something in that area that resonates, then that's what you start working on. Self-regulation. Well, I just find that it's I'm finding it funny that it's a bull. I did these a couple days ago, so I didn't remember what some of the cards were. That it's a bull, okay? And, bulls can be angry and feisty, whether they're riding bulls, for the 8 seconds, or it's, they used to do, I don't think they do them anymore, but those bull races and stuff like that, or bullfights, whatever it is, not happy. That's very ragey. I'm going to say ragey. Rageful. Is rageful a word? I need to look that up because it's bothering me right now. Yeah, rageful. Okay, good. It is a word. Yeah, if yeah, that's just not good. Or the anger. You need to be able to control it. I think it comes back to being wise and that King of Cups energy where I said being wise, calm, diplomatic, emotionally balanced. It's regulating, self-regulating, being in charge of. You are the only person in charge of being able to regulate your emotions in yourself to keep your temper in check. I mean, with the rainbow shining down here, I really feel like good things can come if you're able to keep all that emotion in check. It's part of our job as a human being. We just can't run around like a raging bull all the time, like there are moments maybe, because everything in life isn't perfect. And just, because you release and let go of some things doesn't mean that, things aren't going to trigger you or upset you or whatever. But you don't need to go like right off, I'm going to say the deep end with it, right? Where you're just like a raging bull. No, that doesn't need to happen. Look, 8 of Swords. I feel like that may happen when you have yourself thinking in a certain way, or you feel like you are trapped or cornered. Like, oh my gosh, a raging bull, right? They don't want to be trapped or cornered. They're going to charge out at you. Yeah, I feel it happens when you get in that state of mind or way of thinking like, there's no way out of this raging sea, not believing that there's choices out there for you, believing that you're cornered in, that you can't take the mask off, right? You can get a little raging bull. That's what I want to say for that. What houses do we have? 4th house, in addition, and 11th house. Okay, let's get another house for you here, okay? Pile 2. Whew, this is a good one. Wow. And just this moon in general, I think this full moon is going to have you, in a little state of just feeling a little uptight, okay? Follow your dreams, moon in Pisces, wonder. Well, what's keeping you back from your dreams? Because the 12th house is your imagination. What you imagine for yourself, what your dreams are, okay? Is there something surrounding that you need to let go of, like believing that it's impossible that your dream could come true? Believing that what you imagine is not possible in your life because of who you are, where you came from, or the color of your skin, or whatever it might be, the religion you are, the spirituality practice that you have, whatever it is, you just believe, oh, well, because of, I'll just call it X, that, insert your own, right? I gave you some examples, but, this is spirit saying no. You can't let that hold you back from your dreams and wishes, what it is you imagine for yourself, okay? They're here to help you. Call on them to help you. So something there needs to be released and let go of, okay? But also it can be something to do that's in your unconscious mind that you've tucked away out of pain, anger, fear. It can also do with, the hidden or I always kind of say the hidden or unseen, but I also think of the mystical, magical. Is there something there that might get you a little riled up that you need to let go of? It also has to do 12th house. Some of the shadow there is escapism, withdraw, self-sabotage, any addictions, what needs to be released and let go of so that you can start working on those shadow negative energies. Okay. So that's it for the 12th. So you have 4th, 11th, and 12th. Let's get some tarot so that you can see, is it going to clarify, confirm anything here on the table? More advice and guidance. The World. Love this. Whatever in any of these areas or even what you've already read for, Please, it's the end of a cycle. It's time to move out of that cycle, to let go of whatever was in that cycle so that you can move forward. I want to say in a loving, caring, compassionate way for yourself, for other people, okay? Because that's what it's all about. The Page of Coins. Oh, the little page. The little page is all about manifestation, okay? So the little page right now, take on that energy of thinking about, I need things I need to manifest and bring into my life that's good for me, okay? Abundance that's good for me. Developing things, skills in my life that are good for me. If I don't release and let go of some of this, whew, there'll be no room to bring in the good stuff. That's what he's concerned about, okay? So that's what you need to be concerned about, all right? He's like, there's an end of a cycle here. It's time to bring in some new, but you need to release this stuff to bring that new stuff in, okay? I love that card, actually. Let's get one more here, and then we're going to do an oracle and pile 2. We will wrap this up. All righty. Justice, fairness, equality, balance. This is earth energy, just number 1, so you know that. This world, this is Saturn. This is, you've learned your lessons. You've seen what happens when you're living in, hanging on to things that don't serve you. You know, we're going to close this up now. We're closing it up. It needs to end. It needs to be over with, okay? There needs to be balance in your life. And balance only comes from when things are in flow, when you are not fighting the negativity, say the anger or whatever it is, the unbalanced emotion. Because right there, it's unbalanced emotion, right? And the Cancer energy with this full moon is coming in, but more in that series, more in that Queen of Cups energy where they want you to be in flow. They want things to be balanced and caring and loving and kind, not just yourself, but for other people. And we brought in the Aquarius energy here, which is, you know, talking about other people, community, right? So I like that. I like the way this tied up. Now let's get you one last card. But I just looked back up and saw follow your dreams, and I'm like, you can't follow your dreams if everything's all cluttered and full and no room for that dream to even, there's no room to plant it. It would be like trying to go out and planting a seed in a garden that is already growing and full of plants. And you're trying to squeeze a little seed in there somewhere. Yeah. So you've got to get rid of some stuff, okay? I enjoy the serendipity of life. The unexpected can be wonderful. Yeah. What would it be like if you weren't carrying around some of this burden, some of this anger, some of these things in whatever area of your life it is, how it resonates with you that you need to release and let go of? Imagine what that would be like, right? Some of us don't even know sometimes, and I'm going to speak of it because I always have to release and let go of stuff too. It's the unexpected can be wonderful. It can. But you don't realize it in the moment. That's why I love doing these types of things, right? As part of my Aquarius North Node. I'm learning it for myself and I'm sharing it with other people. And I feel like somehow in here, pile 2, you will do that too. With this series mothering energy, you'll feel that need to nurture and care for other people and help them along their way. You just will. All right. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Look, I'll see you in a couple weeks for the new moon reading. In the meantime, check out some of my other readings. You may find more advice and guidance in them to help you through some of these things while you're releasing and letting go. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you soon.